Ayan, good afternoon po sa ating mga kaguruan. Hello po sa ating lahat. Open na po tayo sa ating Zoom link. Kindly please tell our co-teachers, our friends to please join us by clicking the Zoom link you can find in the Calamba City Professional-Led Development page. So meron din pong sinend sa ating mga kasamahan. Kaya you can just click that so makapag-start na tayo after 2 minutes. Ayan. Meron na tayong 46 participants in our Zoom. Good afternoon, dear MOOCers, MOOC classmates from Calamba, from PNU and other institutions. Fellow facilitators, school heads, EPS and PSDS na kasama natin ngayon. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta, especially from my school head in our school, San Ramon Elementary School. Thank you po, Ma'am Sandra, for being with us today. Of course, Miss Pam, Sir JP Lopo, our ASDS, Ma'am Girlie Ilaga from our SDS. And today is March 25, 2022. Happy Friday to all of us. We would like to welcome you to our massive open online course on English for journalism. So just please encourage our teachers to join us today. Meron na po tayong 52 participants sa Zoom. And live na rin po tayo on YouTube. Kaway-kaway po sa mga narito na. Let us know what school are you from by just typing in the chat box or comment section your school. Ayan, para ma-shout out po natin. Hello po, Ma'am Joycey from Siranglupa Elementary School. Ayan. Ma'am Maria Yunelin Jimenez from Mabato Elementary School. Ako, puro mga kinder teachers ito. Thank you so much po. Hello po, Ma'am Julie Donna from, of course, Siranglupa din. Siranglupa Elementary School. Ma'am Elaine Bravo from Calamba Bayside Integrated School. Ma'am Myra Candol from Litcheria Integrated School. And kay Ma'am Via Janita from PNU Mindanao. Hello, hello po sa ating lahat. We also have Ma'am Noemi Risa Picoral from Castor Alvear National High School. Ma'am Tracy Lynn Kadangin from PNU Manila. Sir Brian, hello po from Siranglupa Elementary School. Ma'am Donabel Atienza Catelo from Calamba Bayside Integrated School. Ma'am Sheila May R. Bernabe from PNU Manila. Ma'am Maria Teresa Alabanza from Integrated School of Lawa. Hello po, good afternoon. Sir June Leron from Bungo National High School. Ma'am Angie Cantoria from San Cristobal Elementary School. And of course, Sir Anjo Tanyala from Sampiruhan Elementary School. Ayan, hello po Ma'am Shelo Villafane from San Ramon Elementary School. Sir Rolly Mejan Amante from PNU Mindanao. Hello po, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Ma'am Rhea Monique M. Tadaw from Integrated School of Lawa. Yes po, good afternoon din po. And syempre, Sir Renato from Ulango Elementary School. Ayan. So, remind ko lang din po sa lahat na please check your email because DepEd Calamba City had sent you a link para maka-join po sa ating classroom or Google Classroom po. Ayan. Ma'am Vanessa Centeno from JRMS. Yes, good afternoon po, ma'am. Sir Jose Marie Kiambao from San Ramon Elementary School. Thank you so much po. Ma'am Jovi May Orias from PNU Manila. Ma'am Dina from Mabato Elementary School. Ma'am Reverina Ray P. Villegas from PNU Manila. Hello po. Ayan. So, from Sir John from PNU Manila also. Ma'am Sheila Fideleno from Jose Rizal Memorial School. Yes. Sir Jendrix Artoza from PNU Manila. Hello po. Ayan. Naka-join up din daw po si Ma'am Via sa Google Classroom. Maraming salamat po. Ayan. Okay po ba yung audio ko? If yes, please type 1. If not, clap twice. One more time. If okay po yung audio ko, hindi masyadong maingay sa aking background or hindi masyadong maingay yung aking boses, please type 1. If not, if you are irritated, please clap twice. Maraming salamat po sa mga nag-respond. Thank you so much. Again, today is Friday. Sabi nga po nila, we need to maintain the 888 rule. So what is that 888 rule? 8 hours of working, 8 hours of sleeping, and 8 hours for me time. Nagagawa ba natin yun? Ayan. So it's, sabi nga po, we can do that. It's just we need to manage our time. Again, ayan, dumadami na po tayo. From 50 kanina, we now have 65 participants. Pasend po ulit ng ating link sa ating mga kasamahan. Baka hindi pa po nila nababasa. And Friday din po kasi ngayon, kaya baka they are still having their flag raising ceremony sa bawat school. But please send the link to your MOOC classmates, to your co-teachers, para meron na rin po tayong marami-rami po yung kasama natin. Kasi our session is very important. Since first meet up po natin dito for the English journalism. Okay, so while waiting for others to enter the link, may we know what was your experience while reading the first unit of English for journalism? Or were you able to open the course through Coursera? Well, if not, do not worry, because one of the facilitators will help you to navigate the site. Once again, if nakapag-navigate na po kayo sa course, what was your experience while reading or while having that course? Or have you read the first unit already? Please type 5 if you have already started reading the unit 1. Ayun, thank you Sir June Leron. Ayan, si Sir June Leron nabasa niya na. Ako medyo nababasa na rin. What about others po? Yung iba hindi pa po na-navigate. So don't worry, kasi mamaya tutulungan tayo ng isa sa mga facilitators on how to navigate that site. Yan. And can you also tell us why did you enroll the course? Okay, last question for that. Why did you enroll the course? Kasi sinabihan po ako ng principal. Yun po ba yun? Ayan. And gentle reminder po for everyone, please remain unmute. Please remain mute para hindi po ma-distract yung iba, and we can have this session smoothly flow. All right. To formally start our program, start na po natin ha. Thank you po. To formally start our program, let us sing the nationalistic song to be played through AVP, followed by a prayer, DepEd Quality Policy, and Kalambahin.
malas ang angking galing. Tumayong buong tapang, harapin ang buhay, akapin ang tagumpay. Tulungan ang kapwa't bigyang halaga, huwag hatakin ng pababa. Isipin huwag sana ang sarili lang, pakisama't bayanihan. Subukan nating isulong at ligawan ang magandang bukas. Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo, salubungin ang kinabukasan.
Mandirigmang Pilipino, dakilang lahi ko, bayaning Pilipino sa makabagong panahon.
Halina't hawakan ng aking kamay, sabay abutin natin ang tagumpay. Patuloy lang tayo sa pagpapanday, tiwala sa Diyos ang sandat at gabay. Subukan nating isulong at ligawan ang magandang bukas. Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo, salubungin ang kinabukasan.
Mandirigmang Pilipino, dakilang lahi ko, bayaning Pilipino sa makabago. Ating lahi, mandirigmang Pilipino, dakilang lahi ko, bayaning Pilipino sa makabago panahon.
Ang tinig mo ay aking hanap-hanap, sa gitna ng bawat takot at paghihirap. Sa kabila ng aking pagkukulang, katapatan mo, O Diyos, tanging laan. Sa puso at damdamin, ika'y mananatili, walang hanggan ang alay mong pag-ibig. Natagpuan ang iyong pag-ibig na dakila, doon sa krus ako'y iyong pinalaya. Jesus, ako'y aawit nang walang hanggang pagpupuri. Ang puso ko'y sa'yo iaalay. kabutihan mo sa akin di nagkukulang. Panginoon, ikaw lang ang kailangan. Magpakailanman sa'yo ako'y mananahan. Sa puso at damdamin, ika'y mananatili. Walang hanggan ang alay mong pag-ibig. Natagpuan ang iyong pag-ibig na dakila. Doon sa krus ako'y iyong pinalaya. Jesus, ako'y aawit ng walang hanggang pagpupuri. Ang puso ko'y sa'yo iaalay. Hangad ko lang ay mamalagi sa presensya mo. Natagpuan ako'y binago ng pag-ibig mo. Hangad ko lang ay mamalagi sa presensya mo. Luwalhatiin ang pangalan mo. Hangad ko'y ikaw, O Diyos. Hangad ko lang ay mamalagi sa presensya mo. Natagpuan ako'y binago ng pag-ibig mo. Hangad ko lang ay mamalagi sa presensya mo. Luwalhatiin ang pangalan mo. Ako'y natagpuan ng iyong pag-ibig na dakila. Doon sa krus ako'y iyong pinalaya. Jesus, ako'y aawit ng walang hanggang pagpupuri. Ang puso ko'y sa'yo hangad ko lang ay mamalagi sa presensya mo. Natagpuan ako'y binago ng pag-ibig mo. Hangad ko lang ay mamalagi sa presensya mo. Luwalhatiin ang pangalan mo. Luwalhatiin ang pangalan mo. O Jesus, luwalhatiin ang pangalan mo.
Quality Policy Statement. The Department of Education is committed to provide learners with quality basic education that is accessible, inclusive, and liberating through proactive leadership, shared governance, evidence-based policies, standards and program, responsive and relevant curriculum, highly competent and committed officials and teaching and non-teaching personnel, enabling learning environment. The department upholds the highest standards of conduct and performance to fulfill stakeholders' needs and expectations by adhering to constitutional mandates, statutory, and regulatory requirements and sustain client satisfaction through continuous improvement of the quality management system.
Bayan
To welcome and further inspire us, let us hear from the dynamic ASDS of SDO Calamba City, Sir JP Lopo.
Thank you, Ma'am Benny. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. Medyo nasad ako ng konti, no? Kasi konti tayo ngayon, about 93. Plus, we have very few from our YouTube channel. And I hope that the rest of our participants will be able to come in today, as this is our first ever meetup for this course, English for journalism. So please invite your friends, your colleagues to join us this afternoon. As again, this is part of the requirement for us to be able to qualify for the celebration of learning. And that's going to be the time when we are going to receive our certificate of completion of the course plus the camp. So it's not only that you are being able to complete the course, it's necessary that you complete the camp requirements. And one of the requirements is that you attend our session or our meetup. Anyways, I hope since we're just starting, there will still be time for you to make up and be able to attend to our meetup so that we'll be able to make the most of our learning, and possibly we encourage you to participate and be interactive, no? And today, as we start the week or the unit 1 on English for journalism, I hope that you are enjoying so far and learning from the course. While maybe some of us may not have that line of specialization, which is journalism, as I said last time during our orientation, it will be of great help to you in improving your competence in the language, in terms of journalism and any other aspects which you can make use of personally and professionally. As we always believe, sabi ni Alvin Toffler, that the illiterates of the 21st century are not those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, relearn, and unlearn. And this is one great opportunity for us to be able to make the most of our experiences of learning new things, of relearning the things that we already know before, and so that it will intensify our knowledge, our understanding, and our skills, and even our attitude towards things. And finally, the most difficult part is always the unlearning process of things and thoughts that you believed was, or that you believed were true, and that you believed were correct, but only to find out are things that spell otherwise, no? Especially in this challenging time, that teachers and you would-be teachers play a very crucial role in this world of misinformation, in this world where negativity abound, in this world where people would normally and would subscribe to ideas, information, articles, news that are contrary to the truth. This is the most effective way of really making sure that we have the competence to identify that, and we have the competence that we can teach and share with our learners and even with our colleagues. And I hope that you will have that stronger desire and motivation to continue learning. Nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo. If you think you are missing out on the deadlines, don't worry. Ang sabi natin, ang pangako natin sa inyo, we will be working with each other. That's why we are doing these kinds of meetups. And this is the first that we are doing it. And later we'll have some discussions on very important parts of the unit. We will also be sharing with you through a testimony of some tips on how you can be successful, so that you'll be able to finish the course, not just for the sake of compliance, but of course, for us to be able to finish the course with flying colors and with a lot of learning, which we can use and which we can share with other people. So without much ado, I'm opening our first ever meetup for this course, English for journalism. And I hope that this will be another learning opportunity for us. Maraming salamat. Magandang hapon.
Indeed, sir. Thank you po for giving us this opportunity. And to those who are not yet enrolled in the course and cannot navigate the platform, Ms. Lordeline Villanueva from Looc Elementary School will definitely show us the steps.
Okay, hello everyone. So, narinig po ba ako? Okay. So today I'm going to help you how the enrollment in the course and the navigation of the Coursera platform. So first, everyone, I hope everyone are already enrolled or naka-sign in na po dito sa ating dalawang link. Yung first, yung MOOC Calamba 2022. So here, this is the sample form na I hope lahat po ay nakapag-enroll na. And yung pangalawang link po natin ay yung English for Journ. So this is the sign-up form. So you just have to enter your full name, your debit email, password, and then just click join for free. So next here, then you have to select the second option, yung full course, no certificate. So don't worry, you will get the same material in the free version. So you just have to click continue. And here, if you want to personalize your Coursera account, you just need to write your occupation, experience level, employer, and then you just have to click continue again. And there you have already your Coursera account. So here, you're just going to click go to course, and then here, this is the Coursera dashboard. You're here in week 1. So we're just going to click. I-click lang po natin yung week 1. At ito na po yung lalabas. So yung mga green button, kapag may nakita na po yung mga green check po dyan, it means you already finished the activity or the task. So ano po bang meron sa week 1? Ito po yung introduction of the course, history of journalism, principles of journalism, bonus additional resources. So let's click reading overview of the unit. Ano po bang meron doon? So here, read overview of the unit. Reading, it means meron na po kayong babasahing material. After you read, just going to click completed and then go to the next item. And then here nakalagay po dito na video, it means you're going to watch a short video clip. And then after that, pagkatapos nila pong panoorin, you're just going to click next. So another video, pag may nakalagay ulit na video, so ine-next nyo lang po kapag tapos na. At kapag naman po may mga ginagawa po kayo, you cannot watch the video online, you can download the video for free. So you can watch if may mga free time po kayo. So don't worry, at meron po tayo, maraming activities po ang week 1. Pero hindi naman po ibig sabihin nun, tatapusin niyo po siya ng isang upuan. So for example, kung natapos po kayo sa video na to, pwede niyo po siyang balikan. Or pwede niyo pong i-download. And then after po ng mga nabasa, may mga reading materials, video presentations, so meron po tayong quiz na sasagutan. So here, ang passing grade na kailangan po ay 70%. So if you can reach the passing grade, don't worry, meron po tayong 3 attempts every 8 hours. And also, if you want to join the discussion, meron po tayong discussion button dito. If you want to share your insights, your opinions, information, your experiences, or you want to share what you've learned, pwede po kayong mag-share dito sa discussion forum. So yan lang po, very easy lang po i-navigate ang Coursera platform. So here also, while watching, you can also take notes, and then ito naman po sa ating left side, ito po yung ating shortcut navigation. So you can check your grades. So check nyo po kung lahat ng mga quizzes ay nasagutan. Pag may mga green check, it means you are already done. And then assessment, nakikita nyo rin po yung grades nyo dito, so discussion forum, yung mga nasalihan nyo po, and messages, resources, and course information. And by the way, these Sir John Cotton and Evelyn are the teachers in the video presentation. So that's all. It's very easy. I hope everyone can access the Coursera platform. So that's all. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you so much, Ma'am Lordeline. And of course, wag po natin kakalimutan na palitan din po natin yung profile natin, or let's add profile picture sa ating profile. Yes. Since the course is self-paced, one of the most important criteria that you should have is an intrinsic motivation. You are not doing this because of the certificate, but you are doing this because you want to learn and move forward. So hashtag MOOC it happen. To talk about the tips and techniques on how to succeed in the course, one of the enthusiastic teachers of SDO Calamba City. She also excelled from the previous MOOC course. In fact, she was awarded first place in the best media message during the celebration of achievement on June 2021. An asset of Sampiruhan Elementary School, Ma'am Juji E. La Rosa.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that very warm introduction. Opo. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, MOOCers. Good afternoon to all of you, mga ma'am and sir. Most especially po to our dear ASDS, Sir JP Lopo, who is here again to host another exciting MOOC for everyone. So yan, good afternoon po sa inyo. I am very happy to see familiar names in the Zoom attendance earlier. So minabrowse ko siya, I can see some college friends, college batchmates, some co-teachers. So good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Ma'am, will I be able to share my screen po? Okay, I'm allowed naman po. Sige po. Ayan. So today my task is to give you some tips and strategies that we used for the past MOOCs that we have attended. So yan, paano nyo ba masusurvive yung MOOC? Paano nyo ba siya masusurvive na matiwasay yung ating massive open online course? So how to win your MOOCs? By the way, I am Juji M. La Rosa from Sampiruhan Elementary School. And I would like to give due credits as well dun sa partner ko sa last MOOC namin. Kasi yung mga output po namin ay by partner din naman po yon. So Sir Anjo Tanyala is also here in the Zoom. Credits din po sa kanya for the output. Ayan. So, let me just start by giving you my impression. Impression muna. Ano ba yung una kong naisip when I first heard that we will have a MOOC? So, last year, we had a MOOC hosted by Calamba that is EML or English for Media Literacy. But prior to that, I had a MOOC for my master's that is TESOL naman. So, nakapag-MOOC na tayo, and ano ba yung impression ko when I first heard about MOOC? I really thought that it was additional work. Okay? Siguro, yung iba sa inyo, ganito din yung iniisip. And on top of the responsibilities that I have here in school, idadagdag ko siya. That was my first impression. And since idadagdag ko siya, I thought it will be very time-consuming for me. So yan, those were my first impressions. Sabi nila, ano daw, first impressions last, no? Pero hindi naman gano'n. Nagbago din naman yung aking first impression. So how did my impression about MOOC change? So paano ba siya nagbago? I had a few realizations, no, which I want to share with you this afternoon din. The speakers were inspiring, no? The sessions in the MOOC, they have motivating, engaging speakers na talaga namang they offer interactive activities na napaka-exciting para sa akin and also for my co-teachers. And I assure you, dito din po sa MOOC na sinalihan natin, meron din po dito mga exciting activities na nakahanda for us. So the speakers were very inspiring. They were telling us to continue the MOOC, to pursue it, kasi napakadaming benefits na maibibigay sa atin ito. Then, of course, I also realized that this is additional learning. Apart from the content learning, kasi given na po yun eh. Kaya po tayo sumasali ng mga ganito because we really want to learn something. Pero more importantly, mas natuto ako dun sa sharing. Okay? Mas natuto ako dun sa sharing because there will be times na makakarinig kayo ng insights from sharing of best practices from other teachers, from other schools. Usually kasi ang naririnig lang nating insights and ideas are from our co-teachers within the school, which is good. Okay naman po yun, no? But having ideas from other teachers from other schools, yung mga fresh ideas nila na tingin natin na ma-apply din natin in our own station, it's very refreshing to hear those kinds of ideas. So yung MOOC, ino-offer niya sa atin yung ganong opportunity to hear from other perspectives of other teachers. And also, I realized that MOOC offered me a time to share. In this MOOC, I hope we'll have also a service learning session kung saan kayo naman po, yung mga nag-MOOC, you will go to your station, you will go to your school and teach your co-teachers kung ano man po yung natutunan nyo about campus journalism. And I tell you, kapag kayo na po yung nag-share sa kanila, it's a different level of experience. No, maganda po yung experience na yon na sa kanila, sa inyo naman po sila natututo. Okay? And next is time management. No, I mentioned a while ago that I thought it will be time-consuming for me. Well, time-consuming ba siya? Yes. Did it demand time from me? Yes po, okay? Nag-demand siya ng time. Pero ano pong nagbago? I came to realize that work is just there. Nandyan lang po yung trabaho, hindi naman po yan nauubos. Workload is just there. Every day we are tasked to do new things na parang hindi po nauubos. Now, what is the key? The key here is time management. Now, since you are here, since you are enrolled in this MOOC, you have to accept that MOOC is already a part of your schedule. So yun yung na-realize ko na kailangan ko siyang isama na dun sa aking schedule. And when we do this, mas nagiging magaan kasi yung trabaho, mas nagiging magaan yung ating MOOC. Which leads me to a few tips. Tips lang, no? And I would like to emphasize that these tips worked well for me. But there is no guarantee that it would work well for you as well. Pero let's try, no? Maybe you can get even bits from this. So ano ba yung mga tips na pwede kong ibigay sa inyo? So first is, see it as a learning experience. So kapag kasi tiningnan natin yung MOOC as an additional workload or a burden, or let's not use the word burden, but as an additional workload, eventually kasi we'll get tired of it. Okay, mapapagod tayo. Every week may camp meet up. Every day you have to visit your course, answer activities. We'll get tired, okay? But if you see it as a learning experience, mapapagod po ba tayo? Opo, mapapagod pa rin po tayo. Pero the exhaustion will be lessened. Kasi excited ka. Napapalitan na yun ng excitement. For every camp meetup, for new learning experiences, yan. So yun nga, i-view natin yung MOOC as a platform for us to learn new things. And mas magiging magaan siya. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is take it easy and simplify things. From time to time, in MOOCs, you will be asked to do output. Okay, submit outputs, do activities. Find out the easiest way possible para magawa yung mga activities na yun. But I don't mean deliver sloppy output. Hindi po ganon, okay? Kailangan quality pa rin po yung nade-deliver natin na output, okay? In the fastest way possible. Find the easiest way to do it without sacrificing the quality of your output. Kaya po yan, mga ma'am and sir. I guarantee you, as long as you allot time for it. So yun nga yun, yung third tip ko, no? Allot time for it. 2 hours a day, Kung hindi po kaya, try 1.5. If it still won't work, try 1 hour. Hindi pa rin po kaya, try 30 minutes. As long as you allot time for it. This worked really well for me kasi honestly, I don't really work well with cramming. Mas gusto ko siya naka-plot sa schedule. So, if you are like me, you might want to consider na ilagay siya sa schedule niyo po. Daily. Okay? It doesn't matter what time, basta nasa time niyo siya. Yun. Next is recruit and collaborate. Now, this tip is very important for me and I hope yung mga nandito po ngayon, you are not alone in your school. I hope you have people there who are the same school as you. Because napaka-importante po that you have someone to collaborate with. Okay? If you didn't understand an activity, you have someone to ask. What did you do with this activity? How were you able to finish this? What were your strategies in finishing the activity? So mahalaga po yun that you collaborate with one another in completing the MOOC. Matatapos nyo siya alone, but it will be very taxing for you if you keep on doing it alone. Okay? Collaborate with other co-teachers. And mas masaya din po kasi kapag may ka-collaborate tayo. Yan. The last tip and the most important one, no po, trace your learning style, learning time, and learning motivation. So tatlo po to. First is learning style. It's only late in the MOOC that I discover na medyo nahihirapan pala ako to learn on my device, laptop, cellphone. Medyo nag-strain yung eyes ko, nagkakaroon ako ng headache and fatigue. Okay? So what I did was I printed everything, the course, the notes, even yung mga script ng mga videos, I printed it out, then I studied on paper. It worked well for me because I can write down, I can highlight, I can draw whatever I want on the paper. Mas na-enhance yung understanding ko. Now that's me. Okay? Iba-iba po tayo ng learning style. Some of you are auditory, some of you are visual, so discover that para mas maging madali po sa inyo yung MOOC. Learning time. We also have different learning time. Some of us learn best in the morning, some of us learn best in the afternoon or midnight. Kayo po ang bahala. No po. You cannot force yourself into a rigid schedule na, okay, 8 to 9 kailangan magmumuk ako, 8 to 9 a.m. O kaya 4 to 5 p.m. magmumuk ako every day yon. You have to be more kind to yourself when it comes to schedule. Kasi I believe teachers po tayo dito, no? Working in DepEd. And there are a lot work to do. Kaya yung MOOC, it's also an additional work for us na isinasama natin siya sa schedule natin. Pero wag nating i-force yung mga sarili natin into a very rigid schedule. Maging flexible po tayo. And okay din naman po yung MOOC because it's self-paced din po. However, there are meetups like this na kailangan nating attendan din once a week. And your learning motivation, sir, this is very important. Why are you here? Yan, tinanong ng host natin kanina. Why are you here? Why did you take this course? Just because you are forced? Just because your principal said so? Bakit po kayo nandito? It was very clear for me onset of the course last year kung bakit ako nag-take ng course. And my co-teachers, my partner knew about this. That my motivation in joining the course is really to prove that Sampiruhan Elementary School teachers can actually take the lead when it comes to English or teaching English. Okay? Apart from learning from the course, I actually wanted to prove that we can deliver good output. And I trust naman po na with the effort of my co-teachers, we were able to deliver. So yun yung learning motivation ko. Find that out, dear teachers. Find out, discover your learning motivation, and I guarantee you, it will be the key para ma-enjoy nyo po itong MOOC na ito. So those are the tips that I have for you this afternoon. I am very pleased to be sharing them with you, and we are very fortunate na po na meron tayong mga gantong experience now here in Calamba. Nakukuha na natin yung mga gantong trainings and MOOC camps and MOOC courses. I encourage everyone, sabi nga po ni Sir kanina, I encourage everyone to ask your co-teachers to attend. And every time you are presented with an opportunity to learn in camps and courses like this, grab it. Minsan lang po yan dumadating. So, yun nga po, those are the tips that I have for you this afternoon. I hope you were able to pick up kahit konti lang dun sa mga tips na naibigay ko sa inyo. So that's all, and happy MOOCing to everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am La Rosa. You and your works and how you perceive things are really amazing and inspiring. Thank you po. And I believe Sir JP would like to tell us something before we proceed to session proper.
Yeah, Ma'am Benny. Thank you so much, Miss Suzy, no? And I hope that you can be part of our team, no, to work with our colleagues, our co-teachers, and those who are interested in joining us. And these are really wonderful tips. But let me just add one more thing. I would like to share with you my screen. So this is what I normally do every time I enroll a MOOC. No, kung tutuusin, hindi ko na kailangan mag-MOOC ng mga ganito. But again, ang lagi kong sinasabi, ayokong maiwanan ng panahon. So I have to keep myself updated. I have to upgrade the knowledge and skills that I have. So every time I enroll in a MOOC, I make a folder which will house things that are and that can be downloaded from the course, so that I can have focus. Every time I have spare time or free schedule, I can go back to this. And at the same time, kahit tapos na yung course, if I need to go back to the things I learned and worked on in the course, dahil gagamitin ko siya, ituturo ko siya, isi-share ko siya sa iba, I can, of course, definitely go back and find out asa na nga ba yung mga resources. Even the outputs that I do, nilalagay ko dyan, even the notes that I have. Yan, hopefully lumabas siya. Yan, nakikita natin. So that could be one more thing that you can do. That is if this will work for you, and I hope and I think naman matutulungan ka talaga if you do that. It's a matter of organizing your files, organizing yourself, so that yung sinabi ni Miss Suzy, no, hindi ka mag-rumble and things like that. Thank you so much. Can I advance to the next part?
Yes, thank you, Sir JP. And for the session proper, our today's speakers are also MOOC facilitators. They are both high-powered and influential. You already met them during the camp orientation last week. One of them is a graduate of Master of Arts in Education, major in English in Laguna State Polytechnic University, Los Baños campus. She is a research enthusiast, content creator, and copywriter, a passionate teacher of Integrated School of Lawa. Let us give a virtual clap to Ma'am Jenny De Leon. Our second speaker is an award-winning coach and trainer in the field of journalism. He is currently taking his master's degree in English, major in language education in Philippine Normal University. An exuberant teacher of Calamba Bayside Integrated School. Another virtual clap to Mr. Marvin C. Evangelista.
Hi, good afternoon to everybody. Sir Marvin, grabe
Hi,
naman
ma'am.
high-powered.
Opo, talaga namang na-pressure po kami dun sa high-powered.
Na-pressure kami doon, Ma'am Benny.
Naku, na-inspired kasi ako sa inyo last week, Ma'am Jenny and Sir Marvin.
Yes po. Ayan, Jenny.
Alright, so let me share my screen with you. Or rather, our screens ni Sir Marvin. So, wait a while. Ayan. Okay na, Sir Marvin?
Yes po.
Alright, so good afternoon, fellow MOOCers. So, I am Miss Jenny C. De Leon from ISL.
And I'm Sir Marvin po from Calamba Bayside Integrated School.
Alright, so we will be your facilitators this afternoon, and we are going to just give the highlight of the Unit 1, Introduction and Principles of Journalism. So before anything else, Sir Marvin, status check muna tayo.
Yes po, ayan. We just would like to check, nasa na po tayo sa ating Unit 1. Please send a heart emoji po if you are done with our Week 1 task. A smile emoji po if you're halfway through our Week 1 task. Okay naman po, like po tayo if you have just started po working on our Week 1 task. Ayan.
Ayan. So may mga halfway done na tayo with our Week 1 task. Oy, may nakatapos na si Ma'am Lordeline.
Yes. Maraming tayo, no?
Manage yung time, Sir Marvin.
How about the others po? Nasaan na po tayo? Ayan, may mga nakatapos na po. Yung iba, they are starting. Okay lang po yan. Just like what was mentioned earlier by Ma'am Benny. Now, we are here naman to help you out.
True. So, Sir JP just started working on Week 1.
Ako po ay, of course, syempre tinapos natin for this afternoon session.
Ayan, so may mga, si Ma'am Jenny, 3 hearts.
Naka-unit
Times 3 ang bilis.
Naka-unit 3 na ata si Ma'am
Si Ma'am Janine.
Kung kina-career ang ating po.
Sana all, Ma'am Janine.
Yes.
Alright. So I guess some of our participants are halfway done. Some are just starting and some are done. So, yeah, may titisal din kasi si Sir JP. Yeah. Understandable, sir.
Yes po, talagang marami po tayong kinakarap ngayon.
True, ayan. So thank you to our participants. So mga, ayan, alam natin na sila ay halfway done na. So you can finish the Week 1 task of the Unit 1 at your own pace naman po, our dear MOOCers. Okay? So, Sir Marvin, to start with, let's just go over the learning objectives of our Unit 1, Introduction and Principles of Journalism.
Yes.
Ano pa to? Huwag na nating basahin, Sir Marvin. Mahaba.
Opo, napakarami nito pero makita niyo naman po yan. You will meet these objectives po at the start of our Unit 1.
Yes, and if you have watched the video of the introduction to the course, this was discussed by the 2 speakers there. Okay? So, moving on. So the highlight of today's MOOC Meetup is the principles of journalism. Ayan. As teachers and as future teachers, Sir Marvin, ayan, principle. Lagi nating na-encounter yan, principle.
And
so
of course, very important yan, ma'am. Yes po.
Yan, a fundamental truth. So this time around, dear MOOCers, we will be focusing on the principles of journalism. So ano-ano ba itong mga principles of journalism natin, Sir Marvin?
Ayan, meron po tayong 10 principles of journalism. And for those who have finished na po our Unit 1, these 10 are divided into 3 groups. We have gathering sources, telling the story, and making an impact. So we have verification, objectivity, originality, completeness, transparency, and fairness. And we have restraint, humanity, accountability, and empowerment.
Okay, thank you, Sir Marvin. So in the Coursera, our dear MOOCers, so these principles are also divided into 3 parts. So after the first 2 principles, there are readings, there are videos, there are quizzes. And then after the second 4, another set of video, another set of readings, another quiz, and the last 4 meron pa ring reading, meron pa ring quiz at videos. But these activities naman po are very engaging, and we are very sure that you will learn so many things from them. And
yes,
so, true, di ba? And so we will go over them one by one this afternoon. So mauna na po ako, no, Sir Marvin?
Yes, ma'am. Take it away.
May lakad. All right. So under gathering sources, our dear MOOCers, before anything else nga po pala, you can always type in the chat box your insights po. Kung may pumasok po sa isip nyo relating to our discussion, feel free to type in your insights and we will acknowledge them. Ano po? So let's start with verification. So when we say verification, our dear MOOCers, so this is also what you're going to see in the Coursera. No po. So verification. This is when journalists make sure that the information they get is accurate or true. But of course, there's always the question, Sir Marvin, how are we going to know if what we are seeing there, what we are going to gather is accurate and true? So when we say being accurate, our dear MOOCers, it means always having the correct facts, such as names, dates, places. And the primary source is always the original source and an expert on the topic. It's just sad nga lang, sir, no, na majority of the people nowadays, especially in our current context, there are people na hindi marunong mag-fact check. Di ba?
Yes, ma'am. Napakarami po.
And so, if we are going to apply this one in our teaching and learning process, we have to teach our learners how to verify their sources, how to verify the information they are going to post, especially in their social media accounts. Di ba, minsan nakakalungkot, Sir Marvin, makikita mo, they're going to post something inaccurate, they're going to post something untrue. And then when they are called up in the comment section, anong sagot, Sir Marvin? Respect my opinion.
My opinion. Oo nga naman, ma'am. Napakarami po.
Di ba? Nakakalungkot. And so as teachers, and of course as future teachers, it's very important that we know how to verify. Okay? When we are gathering our sources. Okay? So let's proceed to number 2. Again, MOOCers, do not hesitate if you have any thoughts about the topic, kung paano nyo ginagamit yung verification na yung ating principles for journalism sa inyong pang-araw-araw na buhay, sa inyong personal na buhay, sa inyong teaching and learning process. Please feel free to type it in our chat box. Okay? Next, objectivity. So this means reporting the facts without favoring one side or another. So how are we going to apply this objectivity? Our dear MOOCers, if most of the sources says one thing and very few says the other, so you should give more importance to the majority view. Diyos ko, Sir Marvin, dito ba galing yung majority wins?
Yes po, ma'am. Mukhang
Dito,
dyan
no?
nga.
Baka mukhang dito. So we should not give equal time or weight on opinion based on facts that are clearly not true. If at first a look, alam mo na parang may mali, parang hindi totoo. So ito consider mo pa ba siya? So you have to be objective in reporting facts. Minus the bias, of course. And number 3, we have here originality. Ayan, Sir Marvin, palasak din to. Unoriginality rather.
Yes po, nako. Marami po tayong pwedeng kasuhan if not original ang ating works.
True. So this means creating something new. So when you are in journalism, you should not and must not borrow the words of others and pretend that you have created them. Anong tawag daw, Sir Marvin? We call that
Plagiarism.
ayan, plagiarism, and that can cause so many problems. So as much as possible, you have to make use of your thinking cap. You have to be creative and you have to bring out that originality in you. And especially, of course, in our learners. So hindi pwedeng share lang ng share. Diba? If you're going to share, you have to make sure that you give credits to the original owner. All right. Next is, under telling the story na tayo nga po pala. Ang bilis ko ba? Sorry.
Okay lang yan, ma'am. Go po.
So under completeness, okay? So this means that journalists need to tell the whole story, not just a part of it. So as a journalist, as teacher, journalists, as journalist educators, we must present a story in context, which means looking at both sides of a story as well as the events in the past that led to that situation. If the story is not complete, my dear MOOCers, it can hurt both the reputation of the journalist and the people who were part of the story. As much as possible, if we are going to write an article, a news article, or whatever kind of article, we have to consider all angles and all points of views so that we could create a complete write-up or a complete written piece. So under telling the story, we have here transparency. I remember the T-governance, Sir Marvin. We have to be
Scouters Rock, ma'am.
transparent. Yes, all the time. Okay? So this is a word that we normally use to describe something that you could see through. So paano natin masasabi that that people can see us through? So people have the opportunity to look at the process that the journalist goes through when they write their article. So we have to make sure, our dear MOOCers, that we make it clear who are we speaking to and who are we are not kung kanino tayo hindi nakikipag-usap. If we have to make sure na may disclaimer tayo dyan, then we make use of disclaimers. So we have to be transparent so that people will not question our credibility. Okay? So those are the 5 first principles of journalism. So I will be, or rather, si Sir Marvin naman po ang magdidiscuss sa inyo nung latter 5. So Sir Marvin, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Yes, ma'am. Hello po. Good afternoon to our dear MOOCers. The next principle of journalism is fairness. Actually, this is very related dun sa mga nauna, no? And when we talk of this one, we are writing accurately by telling facts without bias, favoring one side or another. Simply put, we really have to make sure that we are able to detail all the sides of the story, or to include all the sides of the story whenever possible. And that is the reason why we have to make sure that we are able to interview, no, all people who are concerned when it comes to that particular event or scenario. Ayan. So we have to be fair. And I hope that we are also using this one in our own teaching learning process, in our own classroom. The next one is restraint. Now, there are times that our journalists, and this is under making an impact module. There are times that journalists tend to stop themselves from doing something. And that is considering that whatever they may write could be bad for other people. Okay, they have to consider kasi the people that they are including in their stories. Actually, that is the reason, Ma'am Jenny, why we have anonymous sources.
Yes,
Di
sir.
po ba? Lalo na po those journalism program na kagaya ng parang Soko,
Yes.
investigador.
Shadow yung mga witnesses. To protect them, yes.
Minsan tayo rin, no, pag nasa online class, mga estudyante tayong kala mo nasa Soko.
True.
Walang camera.
Dilim.
Just joking, pero yun po yun, no? Our journalists tend to stop themselves from doing something or from writing something, most especially if it may harm other people. And for example po, no, sometimes people think that the wrong person has committed a crime, and dahil the journalist would really like to break the story or to report the story as it happened, ang tendency bigla-biglang na-release yung pangalan or yung photo nung suspect pa lang naman without further verification. Kaya mahalaga yung kanina, yung kauna-unahang principle natin. That may harm, no, the reputation of other people. And I think this is also true, no, to our real-life scenario. We really have to make sure that whatever we release online or whatever we post online, if there are SICs here, school information coordinators, kalambalitaan people, o kaya naman po ay mga school paper advisors or campus journalists, no, we make sure that we think not just twice, thrice, or multiple times before we publish something. And po, next po natin ay, ayan, humanity. This means that we have to care about other people. Ito po kasing mga sources natin, no, our sources of the information or data, they are humans. And we have to treat them as humans, which means that they are not just part of our story, no? We have to think about the feelings of these people. Halimbawa, no, Ma'am Jenny, for example, kakategi pa lang nung isang biktima. Siyempre, ano pa, no,
Nagdadalamhati.
oo, nadalamhati, in grief pa yung kanyang mga kasamahan or friends and family. Tapos talagang gusto mo na agad pasukan ng interview. Okay? Maganda ba 'yon na nasa private space pa sila, no?
Yes.
Diba? We have to make sure that we treat them as people with feelings. Diba? And I think this would be applicable din naman whenever we are given the chance and the task to write something, not to feature someone or to report on an event or issue. Ayan po. And also, yes, ma'am.
Ang mahirap din kasi dyan, minsan nasa-sensationalize. Kaya we have to be careful when we are writing articles, when we are making news. So what to report, what to broadcast, and what's not to bring out in the public.
Actually, that is one of my realizations. Diba? There is a part in this particular unit that we were asked if, dun sa iba po, no, we will be asked what is your realization as regards the evolution on how news is being reported or events are being reported. Diba right now, in just a click, no? Right there and then talagang people on SOCMED, our netizens will really capture whatever is happening. However, it tends to become just one frame. What I mean is hindi natin nako-cover talaga yung the totality of the event. And we tend to forget na these people na basta-basta na lang na post natin online on SOCMED na nababash, no, they have feelings as well, no, we are not sympathetic dun sa mga basta-basta lang nating napopost kasi we don't know how to verify, we don't know how to triangulate, we don't know how to interview, di ba?
So that is what we have to teach our learners.
Yes,
not
po.
just our learner journalists, but all of our learners.
Ayan. And also, no, aside from humanity and making an impact, we also have accountability. No, there are two kinds of accountability that we have to talk about here. Una po yung ating social accountability, no? This means that this involves making the people in power responsible for their actions. And that is the reason why our journalists are trying to publish newsworthy events that would hold people in power accountable. And also, we have our personal accountability. A journalist must be responsible for the story that they write. Diba? Sometimes naman tao lang naman, although hindi kasi yung ticket, di ba, Ma'am Jenny? Whenever we write something, we post something online, we publish something, sabihin natin, ay, as nagkamali tayo, ay, tao lang po kasi. No, nagkakamali lang. Pero of course, we have to be responsible. Kaya dapat talaga, napakaganda po nitong ating course na ito kasi in the long run, we will be taught on how to interview, on how to research, diba, on how to write sa print and then broadcasts. Ayan. So, matututunan natin how are we going to be responsible for our actions. At hindi tayo basta-basta na lang or palaging magkakaroon ng erratum or errata in our reports.
And madagdag ko lang, sir, no, when it comes to the social accountability, there are readings and videos in the platform, Coursera platform, wherein kung paano nga ba napoprotektahan ng ating mga journalists. Because social accountability, calling out people with power, there are certain risks, right, and danger that our journalists have to take. That's why we have to protect them. It's so sad nga lang that if you remember the news, was that in Mindanao?
Massacre?
So many journalists who were massacred. Is a journalist? Sorry, I have to verify.
Yes.
I have to verify my facts. Sorry.
Pero around the world, around the globe, ma'am,
yes,
there are so many journalists who are detained. Some were killed, for the things that they do as journalists.
Okay, so
nakakasad, no? Nakakasad na it happens.
The government has to protect them, but there are sometimes it is the government who is their enemy, and that's so sad.
Nakita naman po sa history, if you will if you will review the history part of our unit 1, 'di ba? Talagang ipinaglaban naman talaga yung freedom of the press. 'Di ba? And for multiple times in many places in the world, in many countries in the world, 'di ba, the government wanted to manipulate and monopolize the journalism, the media. Ayan. And nakakaloka. But right now, we are happy that okay na naman yung status of our journalism, but still, napakarami pa rin challenges and struggles of our journalists. And lastly, we have empowerment. Okay? This means that we are journalists, have the power to give the power to the people who do not have it. Diba? We will be able to speak for the people who don't have the power to speak. No, these people have no control over how they live. Perhaps they are living in poverty, refugees, victims of war or natural disasters. And it's the job of the journalists to speak for these people because they have the platform. Now, we have our platform. But of course, we have to do this responsibly. Diba? This is where ordinary people can also become citizen journalists. Lalo na ngayon, sabi ko nga, kahit na hindi journalist by profession, you can report about something at bigla-bigla na lang magte-trend online, and that is one of the things that is new and is happening right now because of technology. So those are the 10 principles, Ma'am Jenny. Meron po ba tayong mga questions or meron tayong mga reactions, something that you would like to share, no? Or andyan pa po ba tayo? Can you please send us a heart emoji if you are with us pa? And Sir Kirsten is raising his hand. Am I okay?
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
So you were talking about humanity and transparency earlier. I just had a thought that isn't transparency could sometimes violate humanity itself, because in our pursuit to expose the truth, we go over the boundaries of humanity. Yes, isn't that contradictory in a way, sir?
All right. Transparency earlier, let's just go over the principles given earlier. Okay. Wait lang po. Ayan. So transparency would like us to, as a principle of journalism, it would like us to, people have the opportunity to look at the process that the journalists go through when they write their article. This just means that the people, our audience, understand that our journalists are able to gather data. They know what the process is, not in the way that we are maligning or we are stepping on the humanity, the humanity principle, because there is proper way and proper time when and where we are going to gather our data, depending on the laws that are there in a particular country or place. And I think that is one of the considerations that we need to accentuate.
And just to add up, when we say transparency or we are transparent as journalists, we just have to, inilalatag mo lang how you come up with how you gather your sources. And of course, papasok lang dyan ang humanity, the way you delivered it. Okay? The way you deliver the news in a way that we will not, sabi nga ni Sir Marvin, we will not malign the people involved in the news we are writing. So, if you're going to notice kasi, these principles, they are connected to each other. They may be contradictory, but there are certain rules that we have to consider then.
And anyone else who would like to share something in line with that? No? And thank you very much, Sir Kirsten. Thank you.
Perhaps he's from PMU?
I think so.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
From what branch of PNU? Kirsten?
Senior Mindanao, ma'am.
Mindanao. Hello, hello sa ating participants from PNU Mindanao. Any more questions, our dear MOOCers?
O baka naman you have something to share, no? Lalo na I know some people here who are really like to school paper advisors na talaga namang
Sir Rodley
ayan,
from Amante.
Sir Amante. Sir Amante, hello
Sir,
po.
go.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon,
Away.
teachers. I
Hello
would just
po.
like, the speakers mentioned earlier that many social media consumers tend to neglect fact checking. So as pre-service teachers, what could be the insights that we can gain from teachers working in the DepEd on how to teach these principles since such are imperative to learn?
Sir, you are from PNU as well?
Yes, ma'am. PNU Mindanao, ma'am.
PNU Mindanao. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you please repeat your question? Sorry.
Okay po. I think he was asking po how can we teach, no? As tayo po coming from DepEd, that particular, the principles and how we can check or fact check, no? Lalo na po in SOCMED, there are so many false information and fake news. Sige, I'll start, no? Kasi ako po, I am a senior high school teacher. And there is a particular subject in senior high school, no? That
The AYAP, sir?
No po, the Media and Information Literacy.
MIL. Okay.
So automatically we really need to in that particular subject really need to teach our dear students as to how we can fact check, how can we verify our sources before even sharing them. Pero syempre we can always integrate naman that in our lessons, and most especially sa atin sa language area. Na language and learning area natin. How about you, ma'am? In ka ba? Junior high school or senior high school?
Senior high school then, sir.
Senior high school din.
Yes. How can we teach fact checking, especially for the pre-service teachers? One way you can apply verification, sir, is when you're doing your lessons. Diba? At napakaraming resources out there. Internet na lang, Google alone, TikTok. Diba? Ang dami dyan, that if you are going to make use of them in your lesson, you have to verify first if what you are going to make use in as your instructional material are based on facts. From there pa lang kasi, as pre-service teacher, mai-imbibe mo na how to verify facts, how to verify what you are going to teach your learners. Kasi di ba tayo, hindi lang tayo basta, may nakita akong YouTube video, may nakita ako na article, may nakita akong ganito, gagamitin ko sila. So, hindi ganun lang yon, Sir Rolly Medjan. So, we have to make sure that what we are going to share with our learners are true, they are based on facts, and they are accurate. Have we answered your concern, Sir Rolly Medjan?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ayan po. How about thank you po, no? Thank you very much. We are very happy
Challenge kami ni Sir Marvin.
We're very happy that there are people who would like to ask questions. How about the others po? Baka meron pa tayong questions. Kaya naman baka may gustong i-share. Si Ma'am Benny baka may gustong i-share.
How about our participant teachers from our division? Mga ma'am teachers. Any insights from our discussion this afternoon?
Baka meron po kayong gustong idagdag. Ayan. Andiyan na po yung ating mga kasama po natin ngayon talagang matagal na sa serbisyo at talaga namang mga kilala na when it comes to being school paper advisors. Baka meron silang gustong idagdag, no? Yung kanilang fair share experience when it comes to journalism. Ayan. Meron pa po ba? Parang bibilang po tayo ng 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's already 5:90 na. Okay,
Alright. Ayan. So,
ayan, si Sir Kirsten. May gusto ata si Sir Kirsten i-clarify.
Yes, sir. Thank you for acknowledging. This is a statement from Mr. Ariel C. Sebeliano, the Executive Director of Philippine Press Institute. He said that this is on the principle of objectivity, ma'am, sir. Journalists cannot be neutral when the common good is neglected and sacrificed. Journalism will always be on the side of the oppressed, not of the oppressor. What does that mean, ma'am? Can we forsake objectivity for the sake of, let's say, the common good, as the executive director argued. Thank you, sir.
Ayan. No, I can also relate that particular statement. I saw that, I think, yesterday or the other day. I can also relate that to the empowerment principle. Na, di ba nakalagay po dun sa empowerment principle? Because that is my part. Na, Ma'am Jenny's part yung sa objectivity. Sabi natin, we give the power to people who do not have it. Now, we give them, we speak for them. Okay, but whenever we are speaking for them, we make sure that still, no, we are able to provide all the sides
Objective
of the
view.
story. We still need to, kasi it's only by providing all the sides of the story that our audience will understand that there is something wrong in the system. Diba? It's only by doing that. It's only by reporting about the sides, no, the two sides of the story, the multiple sides of the story, that we can make other people or people, our audience, no, understand na there is something wrong. No, these people are the oppressed ones. Etong nire-report or kasama sa documentary, sila yung sila yung oppressed, no, sila yung walang power. No, yan, no po, yun po yung aking stand on that particular situation or statement.
Alright. So, I will not add up to that, no? This time around, our dear participants, to give you the opportunity to write down what your thoughts, we have prepared here a Padlet. A Padlet link. The link is already posted in our chat box. This activity is the same as the one in the Coursera platform. So we want you to think about the 10 principles of journalism that you have learned about in Unit 1. If you you're not done yet in the Coursera platform, think about the 10 principles that we have discussed here. Okay? So we want you to answer this question. Which 2 principles do you think are the most important and why? So we would like to see your insights. If you don't want to put it in the chat box, we want you to put it in the Padlet. So, ma'ams and sirs, our dear MOOCers, so again, we want you to answer this question. Which 2 principles do you think are the most important and why? All right. So I will stop sharing so that we could see the Padlet view. I hope everybody can access it. All right. So can you see, Sir Marvin, our Padlet?
Yes po.
All right. So may nag-answer, which 2 principles do you think are the most important for this particular MOOCer? It is objectivity and humanity. Okay, how about the others? So may 12 tayo na nag-answer, 13. So if this is the first time you have seen a Padlet, so what you're going to do, access the link, click the color pink button at the bottom part of your screen, and you can write there your thoughts. Walang nag-answer ng why, Sir Marvin.
Opo, kasi it's already 5:23 na daw. So, yung first question na lang daw po.
Sige, sir. So some of them, objectivity and fairness. So majority of them says objectivity is one of the most important principles, sir.
No?
So pusuan natin yan.
Some of them, transparency talaga. No? Transparency. Yan.
All right. We are very much thankful and appreciative of your thoughts, our dear MOOCers. Ayan, may nag-answer ng mahaba-haba, Sir Marvin. So, objectivity and transparency, because only by showing the truth and nothing but the truth can objectivity be obtained. And that's true. Actually, all of your thoughts, we will not dispute them. They are all correct.
Kasi lahat naman, all of the principles, they are all important.
Yes, sir.
Diba? Okay.
And you can amplify. Oh, sir, amplify.
Yes, amplify.
Okay, we can only amplify our write-ups, the way we write, if we make use, if we consider all these 10 principles of journalism.
And we hope no that all the learnings that you had today, tsaka syempre yung inyo pong makukuha doon sa Unit 1, yan, madadala natin po yan in our own classrooms.
All right, so just keep the comments coming because we will be posting them soon enough in our FB page. All right, sir. So to wrap things up,
Ayan. So to wrap things up po, we discussed today the 10 principles of journalism. They are all important. No? These are the fundamental truths when it comes to journalism. We have verification, objectivity, originality, completeness, transparency, fairness, restraint, humanity, accountability, and empowerment. We hope that you learned a lot this afternoon. Thank you very much po sa lahat po ng mga nag-engage, no, nagtanong. No, we are very happy na interactive po itong ating afternoon session. Sana po next time, yung iba po ay maging active din, no, when it comes to our Q&A portion. Thank you very much po. Maraming salamat
Yes,
po.
thank you so much po, Sir Marvin and Ma'am Jenny. Ang dami pong takeaways. And to our MOOC classmates, you may also like to post what you think or what you learned from the course in your social media feeds. And for our reminders po muna, please check your email and confirm the invitation to Google Classroom. There you can also find the link for attendance. Kung hindi pa po kayo nakakapag-attendance last week, you can also find the link in the Google Classroom. So please confirm it para po ma-open na po natin. Maraming salamat po. And one thing more, do not forget to sign the attendance link for today's session. Maraming salamat po. For our schedule of activities, merong konting revision lang po from the released memorandum. Can we have it, ma'am? Ayan po. Ayan. So our next session will be on April 1 at 4 o'clock p.m. via Zoom. And sa Camp-wide Meetup 3 naman po natin, that will be on April 7. I think that's a Thursday. Doon sa release memorandum natin, April 8. But we will have it on April 7, 2022 at 6 to 8 p.m. Makakasama po natin dyan si Dr. Carlene. Ayan. So, sa Camp-wide Meetup 4 naman, we'll have that on April 22 at 4 p.m. And Camp-wide Meetup 5, we'll have that on April 29 at 4 p.m. Then the celebration of achievement will be on May 6, 2022 at 4 p.m. Ayan. So, with that, maraming salamat po. May mga questions pa po ba tayo? Makahingi ng link ng attendance. I think i-send po yan sa ating Google Classroom po, ma'am. Ayan.
Miss Benny?
Yes po, sir.
Yeah, do we have it ready na? Do we have it ready na? Pwede namang i-type na rin natin sa chat box yung attendance, no?
Sige po.
Sige. Ayan.
And
Thank you so much.
another one po, we will request each school a focal person po for MOOC. Siguro, sir, mga ma'am and sir, we will ask help na lang po from the school head.
Yeah, that's correct, Ma'am Benino. And to the rest of our participants, we will be requesting for one contact or focal person for your school, because next time there will be activities that you will have to do on your own. So hindi pa ngayon, no, kasi nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo. We are showing you how it's done, what's the process, what can be done, and suggesting you what other ways to do things in your MOOC meetup, because there will be opportunities for you to work together on your own. Kumbaga yun yung Loctite, itong ginagawa natin camp-wide, the entire camp, no? At may pasabog kami siguro, hopefully kayanin namin sa susunod na meetup, no? Tingnan natin. Sige, para bumalik kayo, makita nyo yun.
Ayan, thank you po. And for this moment, may we request po everyone to please turn on your camera para sa photo op. Ayan, thank you po for the first. Ma'am, ako na pa mag-screenshot. Screenshot din po ako. Okay, for the first slide. Smile. Thank you so much po sa pag-attend ng ating first camp-wide meetup. Second slide. Ayan, thank you din po. Third slide po natin. And fourth slide. Last slide. There you go. Maraming
Ituwa naman ako sa sound effect mo, Ma'am Benny. Sige.
Ayan, thank you so much po. God bless and happy Friday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Bye po.
Thank you po.
Iwan tayo muna, team, saglit for like few minutes. Okay lang? Thank you.
Thank you.